with platforms like Stadia popping up and cloud gaming becoming more prevalent, more advanced, is that next big thing? Is it cloud gaming? Is it going to be rooted in the game experience being in the cloud and making mobile a big part of that?
Can I just say no?
No.
Why not?
Obviously, Stadia didn't have the performance that they were hoping, and that people.
Let's not go down that rabbit hole. That's a better conversation over drinks somewhere.
Drinks.
So quickly,
Everybody want a virtual drink session after this? Is that where we're going?
I find it mind-boggling that people fail to even look at our short history to see where platforms and products have failed miserably, because if they'd taken even a little bit of a look, they would see a lot of areas where they really screwed up the launch. Again, as a gamer, I'm hoping they recover, but they've made some huge missteps. So look, my feeling on this is, everybody's got a different definition for what cloud gaming is. Let's be honest, the cross-platform play of Fortnite is technically in the cloud. But I think if you think of cloud gaming as the ability to stream your games to any device, anytime, anywhere, we are all forgetting consumer behavior. And Intel, Microsoft, and a whole bunch of other companies spent tens of millions, if not billions of dollars trying to move the PC into the living room, and realized after 5 years or so that it was a miserable failure, because people experience their content differently based on where they are and what device they're on. We did a lot of research. We saw there's a 2-foot experience, which generally defines how you play a PC game. You're 2 feet away from the screen. There's a 10-foot experience, which is you're sitting back, generally leaning back on your couch, playing on a console. And then there's the 10-inch experience, which is usually how you play a mobile game. It doesn't mean that you can't have the same game on all those platforms, but the game has to behave differently. The interface has to be different. We've all seen the attempts of people thinking, oh, I'm going to use my mobile phone as an input device for my game on my TV. I don't know how anybody has actually tried that, but I don't want to stare at my mobile phone for an input device while I try to play a game on my TV. So I think the failure to really understand consumer behavior, and this is also what happens when you have an engineering culture driving product decisions and not actually people that know product. So that soapbox off. I think stuff will be in the cloud, but I don't think it's defined as the way we're defining cloud gaming now.
That was awesome insight, Justin. Yeah, you're exactly right. It's,
So I'll step off my soapbox. Sorry, it's just
I've
been having this conversation with a bunch of people lately, and it's just, and look, there's a lot of smart people at Stadia and a lot of people I really respect, and I can just tell that the decisions are being driven by a bunch of really smart engineers that don't know anything about actually playing games or consumer behavior.
And that's, and obviously we all know that that's a recipe for failure. I mean, like you said, you don't have to do much research to see those failures happening over and over and over again when that happens. So anybody else want to add to what Justin said, or maybe have a different opinion?
And please, I love to be wrong, by the way. I learn a lot more when I'm wrong.
That to solve that whole topic just now.
Yeah, I would say that you're not wrong. It's evident in the way that the platform was talked about initially, and then you see how the community started talking about it, and quickly the community was not talking about the same things that Google was. They were going into their own little dream world of what was about to come out, and then it didn't come out that way. And so, yeah, I mean, when you think about it, they're not considering the things that everyone else is. They're considering the hardware, and they're considering the way that cloud works, and they're not considering about what they could do with cloud if they would just expand it and get it to a point where everyday developers could just access and use the API and not have to worry about implementing something on a whole new system. I think that's the biggest problem right now, in my opinion, as a developer.
Excellent. Thanks for that, Brandon. Anybody else have any thoughts on that? Nope. That's all right. That's all right. Justin, yeah, between Justin and Brandon, we got pretty much solved that one. It is not going to be like Stadia. Whatever the next big thing.
Well,
Awesome.
no, let's be clear. I'm not saying they can't fix and solve
Well, that was my question actually.
for Stadia.
What could Stadia possibly change? I mean, obviously there's a big company behind it, and I guess they listen to people like Justin. So if we
No, I interviewed there years ago. They didn't want to hear what I had to say. So
screw them.
Wow, crazy. You should.
Now, what I'm actually hearing in Europe, and that's more like from the community itself, it's basically not working. So people are trying it. So it's not even how should I put it? It's not even working properly over here. So that might also be a problem.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah, the infrastructure hasn't caught up.
Yeah. So
well,
could that be one of the parts why it doesn't work as it should be? I mean,
well, that's a huge part. I think this whole promise of 5G and oh, this is going to solve everybody's bandwidth issues is a joke. I mean, we were promised that with 4G, and how many of us still have problems downloading stuff in our own house?
Yeah.
So
The area that I live in here in Houston, we have 5G. My phone can get 5G. I have more problems with connection than my last phone that just had 4G. So, and I have gig speed internet at home, and I still have connection issues. So, yeah, that's not the fix they need. They need bigger infrastructure.
Well, in the US, I think it was actually, they promised you 4G, they couldn't deliver. So now they promise you 5G and you get 4G.
But isn't that US 5G actually 4.5G instead? It's not 5G, it's 4.5, isn't it?
I think it's more like 2.5, but
That's right. That's
Maybe
right. Oh, I love that. That's good.
So there goes
Awesome.
platform.
So there is hope. There is hope there. That's good. That's good to know. Well then let's get back on track. Does anybody else, Mariella, I saw you unmute yourself. Did you want to add anything to that?
No, I'm still negative about Google Stadia. Probably I can't share positive thoughts because of the way it's constructed or the things that I read and heard about it. So yeah, I want to keep the positive last vibe that we had.